Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Vic's Garage. Today I got to tackle something with my daily driver here, my 2014 Dodge Ram. So I've got the sagging emergency brake cable issue happening right now. From my understanding, this is part of a bigger design issue with the emergency brake in itself. The internal drum, the hardware and stuff in the shoes is apparently very susceptible to corrosion, causing it to seize up and drag, potentially damaging the drum itself. Now I'm going to try a simple fix today, see if that frees it up, and if it doesn't, then long term it looks like I'm going to have to replace all the emergency brake hardware in the rear. So before we get into that though, let's try and see if this more simple fix at least holds me off, because I don't use the emergency brake too much. So if I can do that, then at least I can put the money towards the charger. So let's see if this works. Okay, so what ends up seizing is this right here. Try to get a better video of it. You can see it's like a lever. This whole hardware, apparently from what I gather, this is very common. So what I'm going to do is hit it with some penetrating lube and then try to free it with a hammer and a punch or drive or something to drive it back into the rearward position, and then that will tighten up the slack in the cable. So I'm going to give it a blast right now. And this here is the driver's side. So it's at the bottom of the drum on the driver's side and the top of the drum on the passenger side. You can see it's starting to move back. Awkward in here. I don't have the best punch or drive. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's moving anymore on this side. So I'm going to give it a bit more lube. And then we'll go try the driver's or passenger side. Okay, because it's painful watching me swing a hammer under the car and be lazy and not try jacking it up and all that other stuff, I'm just going to show you the position on the passenger side here. You see it's on top of the drum. And then I'm going to spare you the misery of me trying to squeeze a hammer and a weak punch slash chisel tool to free it up. So it'll be exactly the same as the driver's side, but that's the location on the passenger. Okay, as you can see, I freed up the levers on both rear wheels. Now, there's no more cable sagging. It took all the slack out of it. On the passenger side one, I was able to just push it with a flat edge screwdriver. So maybe try that first before trying to squeeze a hammer in there. You can see now, if I get underneath, cable is up high. It's got a fair bit of little tension on it, nothing too crazy. Maybe I'll tighten it up a little bit more, but it's not sagging. So now I'm going to operate it from inside the vehicle and see if it returns back to the high position. So give me a second here. Okay, you can see the parking brake's on and it's tightened up the cable. It's got some tension on it. I'm going to go in the vehicle and release it now, and we'll see if it returns to normal or if it sags. And now you can see it's return to its sagging position, so it's still seizing at the drums. So I'm gonna go under, try to free those up again with the screwdriver, and we'll give it a go. Try it one more time. All right, round two. I'm gonna give it a little bit more penetrating lubricant. And this time I'll just try pushing it with the screwdriver, see if that works. Yeah, it's moving. All right, I think that's all the way on that side. We'll do the passenger side. The passenger side's not as sticky as the driver. Okay, round two. Brake on. It's tight. Brake off and sag. So I'm gonna go work these a few more times each side. And if that doesn't free it up in the last attempt, then what I'm probably gonna have to do is replace the hardware in there. So give it a go a few more times and I'll let you know how it works out. Well, there you have it. I worked the parking brake levers and the parking brake probably about 5-6 times. Each time it ended up in sagging every time I applied it. So I'm probably gonna have to replace the hardware in the drums. That's probably rusted up, but at least now they're probably not dragging the parking brake shoes. So as long as they're not dragging, then it's not gonna cause any immediate damage. You know, if you leave them dragging, it's gonna reduce your fuel mileage, and they're gonna get hot, warp. The pads on the shoes can eventually separate. So this is at least a quick fix. I don't use the parking brake too often, so I'll just avoid it for now, and when I get around to it, I'll take the whole rear drums apart and deal with it. But at least now if you notice your parking brake cable dragging, you know how to tackle it and get a quick fix that you can continue to drive your vehicle. So hope that helps. If you enjoy it, again, as always, hit the like and subscribe button, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.